Hey, it's Coach Justin from Ultimate Baseball Training. Welcome back to another video. And if you are an outfielder, then this video is for you. We're gonna be talking about how you can easily read fly balls better in the outfield. I'm also gonna provide you a bunch of tips that I didn't learn until way later in my career that would have helped me if I learned them sooner. So I really think you're gonna enjoy this one. Without further ado, let's head on out to the outfield and let me share with you these tips. All right, so we're in center field now, and today, like I mentioned, we're gonna be talking about how to easily read fly balls. And the very first thing that I wanna talk about is a common mistake that I see a lot of younger outfielders make, but even a lot of high school outfielders, some college outfielders as well, is, it's your starting position, it's your stance. So let's just say, the pitcher's getting his sign and you guys are just kind of out here hanging out in the outfield. You might be saying something back and forth to each other, and then all of a sudden it's time for him to deliver the pitch, right? And the first common mistake that I see that really is gonna hinder you from seeing the ball well off the bat is I see a lot of players who jump into their stance. All right, so that was kind of, a small jump, but I see a lot of players take a bigger hop step and really jump into their stance. And I want to encourage you to not do that. That's the very first part that I want to touch on in today's video, because what that does for you, whenever you jump into your stance, right, you go from being up tall like this to then all of a sudden jumping down, is your eyes are moving all over the place. And so when you're trying to track an object and really, outfield, it's kind of like a game of inches. You really want to get a really good jump off the bat. So boom, you get a good jump, you see the ball off the bat, we're not wasting any steps, and then that's going to allow us to get to balls that a lot of other outfielders aren't able to get to, right? But you're going to have a hard time doing that if you jump into your stance, your eyes are moving all over, and then, it takes you a second to kind of pick up where the baseball is, all right? So I don't care really what you do in terms of stance. I don't think you should be standing here like this with your hands on your knees when the pitch is being delivered, because this is a hard position to move out of. I don't care if you're resting like this in between pitches, but not while the pitch is being thrown. I don't want you to jump in, but aside from that, if you want to just do, right, left, like infielders, and stay up a little bit taller, personally, that's always what I like to do, is just right, left, have my hands nice and loose, ready to go, kind of, by my hips here. And it's just not a lot of movement. It's just a little overcoming inertia. I'm on the balls of my feet, ready to go. You can even just, have your right foot planted like this and bring your left foot in, and boom, I'm ready to go. Not even a right, left, just quick little step. You see a lot of big leaguers, they really try to minimize their movement, especially because they're playing 162 games a year, all right? So I don't care how you really start, just make sure your hands are not on your knees like this. If you want your hands somewhere, have them a little bit higher like this. You can move a little bit better. Stay on the balls of your feet, but don't hop, don't jump into your stance and have your eyes be dancing all over the place. All right, moving on, another tip that I really want to share with you. This is something that's really going to help you read the ball much better off the bat. Unfortunately, this is not common knowledge. It's not typically taught to players. So what are you typically taught? Everything you do from a young player, you're taught to, the name of the game is to watch the ball, right? Watch the baseball. Well, in this case, you don't want to watch the baseball. And I know this sounds a little counterintuitive, but listen to what I'm saying here. So I'm in center field again, right? And what a lot of players try to do is when the pitcher winds up, they try to, throughout the pitcher's entire windup, they try to watch the baseball from his windup and as he goes through everything and as he delivers the pitch, and they try to watch the ball from his release point to the hitting zone, and then they try to watch it, pick it up off the bat after that. So their eyes are dancing all over the place, and it's just too much to track. Your eyes get tired after a certain amount of time, and it's too hard to go from watching the ball come out of his hand to all of a sudden it's coming in 80, 90 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden it's coming at the same speed or faster off the bat. You're just gonna have a hard time if you're trying to track the baseball out of his hand. So what do, right? Because obviously watching the ball is a big part of the game. What do? Well, instead, focus your eyes on the hitting zone. That's it. Just pick up the ball when it's being hit, when it crosses the plate. All right, so this is going to take a lot of practice. You need to focus on it in batting practice first to really get the hang of it. But I promise you, it's going to make you see the baseball so much better. Your eyes are going to be way less tired. And it's super easy. You just, you wait for the pitcher to deliver the pitch, right? You get into whatever your ready position is, and you're looking in the hitting zone, and then boom, you're gonna see the baseball appear, and if it's coming your way, you're gonna see it jump off the baseball bat, and I promise you, try this technique out. Your jumps are gonna be so much better. All right, and the very last tip is brim of your cap. Now you're probably thinking, what is he talking about, brim of your cap? Well, this is really gonna help you, again, read fly balls easier. That's what this video is about. And this was something that another thing that I wasn't really taught until way later in my career. But basically the way that this works, I know a lot of the times it's difficult, especially for center fielders, to judge if the ball is hitting, you know, if it's hit right at them, or, you know, if they have to move in on it or if they have to move back on it. Obviously, if the ball is crushed, you know, way over your head into one of the gaps, that's easier. If it's a really, really shallow fly ball, a lot of those are easy to pick up and just start sprinting in. But what about those ones where they kind of catch you flat-footed because you're like, okay, I don't know how much this ball is carrying. I don't know if I should go in or take a few steps back, and you're really kind of puzzled. Well, that's where this brim of your cap thing comes in. So again, this is another thing that you're really gonna have to practice, but the way it works is you get into your ready position. When the ball is hit, you know that, you know, if you're wearing your baseball cap like a normal baseball player would, you know that if the ball stays underneath your cap here, because, you know, obviously our eyes and our head are level, if the ball stays underneath our cap here, then chances are the ball's either gonna be hit to you or in front of you. But if it's still in vision without you having to tilt your head up like this, if it's still in vision, then the ball is in front of you or right at you, okay? So don't be taking a million steps back. Just stay where you're at until you get a little bit better of a visual on it, and then you can come in on the ball. However, if the ball immediately goes above your brim, typically then that's gonna be a ball that's hit, you know, further back. So that's going to be a ball where instantly you want to obviously take your drop step and start running back, getting to the spot first, then settling underneath it and coming through the ball. Now, there are some extremes. I get that. You know, a pop up to the catcher, obviously that's going to go above your brim of your cap, and you might be thinking, well, I don't have to go backwards on that. I get that there are some outliers, right? But this is just overall, it's a great way to really help you just read fly balls better. So try it out. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was helpful for you. And if it was, and if you want to see more helpful stuff just like what was contained in this video, then hit that subscribe button, join the UBT family. It's 100% free to subscribe, right? So subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. And be sure to turn on your notifications because we're coming out with brand new baseball videos every single week. And if you turn on your bell notifications, you'll be the first to know when we release a new one, all right? So subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.